YouTube channel and subscribe and watch one documentary, right? So you asked me what's the difference between them and Acholi. Oh, that's a tough question actually. Alego is like Kimeru, it's like the singing. Let them not catch you. All right. Acholi is, of course, a Luo tribe that is coming from. Eliana Besti, do you know the story about Wangle in Pakwach? Do you? Because I can't talk about the Acholi without Wangle. But if you don't, I will give you a brief introduction into Wangle, and then we come all the way. Today I'm in a mood of telling good stories, the Luo stories. So the Luo came from South Sudan. Most people know the story of the Luo starting from Bar al Ghazal. What is Bar al Ghazal, by the way? Bar al Ghazal is the sea of the gazelles. Yeah, Bar is like Bahari, the Arabic word for ocean or sea, right? So the Luo came from South Sudan, Bar al Ghazal, and moved all the way to. Hello, Velma. Move all the way to Pakwach, right? And a king called King Olum. Hello, everyone joining me from YouTube. I think you already know me. My name is KP Jaluo Abroad, Luo Ambassador, Eastern Central Africa. I'm the bridge between you and Luo knowledge. So if you're there, stick there. We only have 13 minutes. Don't go away. So when we arrived in in Pakwach under King Olum had three sons: the Labomo, Nipir, and Tiful. But I'll keep Tiful silent because it's hardly talked about. Then there is the elephant and the spear story, where elephant came to the home and one brother used the royal spear, the spear of the father, to try to kill the elephant, and the elephant ran away. Anyway, this led to the separation, the clash. So Nipir went to the western side of the Nile, River Nile, crossed to the side, and became the ancestor of the Alur. Labomu came to this side from the ancestor of Acholi, right? Away from that, now Acholi are in Kitgum and Gulu. That's the Acholi. Acholi Labur, however, there are two theories that I need to verify myself. I have not done a documentary on Acholi Labur. Right, there are two versions. One version is that they are just the Acholi people with some little bit of assimilation that made the dialect different. But some people also claim that Acholi Labor is just a Luo group, not assimilated. Just a Luo group, but the land was full of the lions. And lion in Kenyan Luo is called Sibur. Among the Acholi lions called Labur. The Acholi, can you confirm? So because the area had a lot of lions and they refused to leave, they say, okay, listen, everyone is escaping because of this, but we choose to stay. And that's how we have Acholi Labur. I hope that answers you. What of the story of that Luo are Egyptian and build the pyramids? Oh, tonight you're asking me very difficult questions, huh? And if you're watching from YouTube, remember you can just type your question here and I will answer it, right? Because we don't have the guest tonight, so I'll just be able to answer you straight. But remember to help me share this live, okay? And if you're on TikTok, please remember to go to this YouTube channel. Huh? This is the only way. This is the only fuel you can add to my car to continue making videos. So yes, Mirakuman. That's a yes and a no. The yes is the part I'm sure of. The no is the part I'm not aware of. So I'll give a story that much in support of the yes. So yes, Luo could possibly be Egyptians. First of all, because it was never Egypt before. So the current boundaries that we have, national boundaries, do not define countries as they were before, right? So a good chunk of what we call Sudan today could have been Egypt then. But when I was making a documentary about the Alur, and you should go watch that documentary, it's on YouTube, it's called Alur Voices of West Nile. It's very important because it talks about Luo spirituality, the God that your ancestors prayed to before Jesus and before Muhammad, okay? Now, the member of parliament that I interviewed, he's also a historian. He's an MP in the Uganda Parliament. His story of the Luo did not start from Baral Ghazal. Most Luo stories start from Baral Ghazal. However, his story started from Aswan. I'm a mixture of Genya and Langi. Okay, we'll come there. So Kuman, yes, this guy, the MP, he started his story from Aswan. Aswan is, you remember Abdel Nasser Lake? Yes, in southern Egypt. You can check it on your Google map. There's Aswan. So he starts his story from Aswan. The Luo came from Aswan. Then they moved down south when the Arabs started bringing chaos from the north, coming down with their conquest. Then along the Nile and came to Bahr al-Ghazal. So yes, the Luo could possibly be Egyptians. Did they build the pyramids? I don't have enough sources to deny or accept this. I'm a mixture of Genya and Langi. Oh, good. Yes, I can confirm. Freedom, what are you confirming? Leads Motors, thanks for following me. Fiona, oh, thanks for following me, Fiona. Will the YouTube remain there after the live ends? You mean for this live? Yes, sure, it will remain here. It will remain here. Aswan is a dam in Egypt. No, Aswan is a city. It's an area. Now the people live there are Nubians, but of course majority of people are not aware of real information, so they classify the whole of Egypt as having Arabs. But Egypt doesn't have all Arabs. There are like 4 different tribes, and there is of course the Arabs, but there are also the Amazigh tribe, the Berber tribe, the Bedouin tribe, and the Nubians. The Berbers are much closer to Libya. The Nubians are closer to Sudan. Kinara Omera, how are you? Real G, you are doing a great job. Be say you do nyara choli moko. Okay, nyara choli uniam. I'm wondering if the Acholi people understand, but Real G, I'm not sure. I think you Luo Kenya asked if I already have a Nyakamaleng Nyara Choli. I'm here to announce that the Acholis have failed me. I haven't got any Nyakamaleng from Acholi. Greetings, host Kumamnya. Enyai Nakanaka. Angel, nice to see you here. Enyai Nakanaka. Tomorrow we'll discuss the Lango. What happened with the third son of the king? His legacy way above now? I don't know what that means, but I can answer because you say what happened to the third son. Now the Tiful. Labongo became the ancestor of Acholi for sure, and Nyipir the Lur. Tiful, his story seems to be a bit silent. People hardly talk about it. But from my perspective, where I'm now, there's a tribe called Jonam. They live in Pakwach. Now, there is controversy whether Jonam are Alur or are not Alur. Right. Now, the Alur claim that Jonam are part of them. Can you help me tap the screen and share this live? We want more people. Right. And if you're watching this, can you just do me a favor after this, go to my YouTube. There's plenty of Luo documentaries. So when you get time to watch Nat Geo, get some time to watch the Luo documentaries. So yes, I feel the third son, which is Teful, is the ancestor of the Jonam. However, there is a political classification, especially in Uganda. Uganda give districts and regions depending on the tribes, unlike Kenya. So the Jonam, being a small group, they were put under their Alur. Now they're saying, no, one Obed Alur go, we are not Alur. We are Jonam. Jonam, in Jonam. Obed Alur go. Jonam, ab Jonam, we are not Alur. So now they're charting their own way as Jonam. And in my own observation and evidence, Jonam are the descendants of Tiful. That's what I call Ovungu Pakwach. Actually, Koti Labur. Yes. Good. Okay, let me catch up. John Muraya. Gladys, we are here. How are you, Gladys? Which Lu are you? What about me, Nina? What about you? Kokobe, ask the straight questions I will be able to answer. And everyone here, if you're new, Ting Badi Malo if you love Kenya, Ting Chingi Malo if you love Uganda, right? And I will do the special introduction. Imito Maleng Keken Anyirame Uabecho. Ayeyo Gladi. Amito Anyaka Maleng. Nyaracholi Maleng. Amita Anyira. Anyira Dek. Ayenyo Gladi. How is my Lebacholi? Hello from Tororo, peace and love. Ojame. Intie Nedi. Which me Tororo? Who are these Luos in Cameroon? Whoo! They're just the Luo like our Luo. Acholi Jonam from Gulu. Acholi Jonam. Okay. I don't know what you mean by that. I feel Acholi and Jonam are two different tribes. Hey bro, we look alike. Ah. How do you even know that? People hardly see themselves, right? It takes a third person to say that you and I look alike. Trying. Okay. Kushan Diyar. How are you? The name Kushan sounds very Nepali. Is that my friend from Nepal or I'm mistaken? Hey, what about Lamu girls? Elena Bestie. I already got Anyira deck. If I add one, I will be overwhelmed. Angwen is too much. Malaba Tororo. Bear, Ujami. Ntienedi. He looks like you. Oh, okay. I need to ask my father. He might know something I don't know. Look at my profile picture. We look alike. Yeah, one already confirmed. So we really need to consult our fathers. I'm from Kenya. Which part of Kenya are you, Kushan? There was a plan by Raila to make a place here in Nairobi, like a kingdom or a museum with the Luo. Oh, I didn't know about this. But if that's true, I would prefer it in Kisumu. There's no reason why Luo should be in Nairobi. We want people visiting, also visit the Luo area. Kindly say some history about the Luos in Cameroon, their location, if they speak same Luo. Okay, you asked me a question, but I will try. There is the good news and the bad news, okay? Which one do I start with? The good news. The good news is yes, there are the Luos in Cameroon. The bad news is that linguistically, they have been assimilated out entirely. So no one speaks the Luo language in Cameroon anymore. And they lived in Atta region. The last census was 1995, where it was classified as endangered because by then there was only one person who could speak the fluent Luo language. So technically the language got extinct, but I believe the people still exist in Atta region of Cameroon. Is there progress? Progress with what? Bampek? No, I'm not aware about the museum. Drink manyasi, you can. Okay, Nyalango. I have been given a solution. So Amito Anyira Chel Nyalango. The modern Luo will kill me. They believe one man, one woman. For real, you need to investigate. Okay, I will. Kusha dear, Nigeria, it's been just allegations upon allegations of the Luo being in Nigeria. They claim it's the Igbo. But again, as I told you before, I know people might take what I say for it, so I cannot nor accept at this point. In one of my lives, there was a Nigerian Igbo who was doing research to link the Igbo to Luo in general. We found certain things that were pointing into central area to mean we could possibly come from the same ancestral roots. But again, it's just the words. So unless I go investigate the migration route and pattern for an origin for the Igbo, I will just leave it as it is, an allegation. But once I get to Nigeria, I will give you the answer. It was to be in Kaloleni, and all the Luos contributed to this. Tag me if you find. Okay. Dorobuchi, hello. You're good. Bye, guys. Good night. Good night, Kokobe. Actually, I've also hit I wanted to end at 10:30, but we can go for 10 more minutes, yeah? Nyako Achiel. Kokobe, are you... Oh, you say Anyaka Achiel. Oh, Anyaka Anyira. Okay, cool. So, Amito Anyira Adek, Maleng, Anyara Choli, or Anyira Choli, and then Anyaka Achiel from the Lango. Amito Nyako Achiel, Anyira is plural. I know, wait, shouldn't I say Amito Anyaka? Wait. Yes, Anyaka is singular, right? And Anyira is plural. I will do my research. Okay, perfect. Anyira mean many. Okay. Pekere. Deri jo nyaranyuak. Nemsi nade. KP Worioma. I'm good. What does KP mean? Yeah, I'm still developing my Lu dialect, so it's okay to laugh at me a little bit. But before you laugh at me, can you tap the screen and share the live? Eh? And if you're new here, you ting Badimal or ting, and also 3 from Lang. Eliana Besti. Imito Negan. Eduardo Nega. Lango is a bit difficult for Kenyans. Yes, Lango is honestly, maybe Fiona God's way. I think I understand. The only difference that I took more time in Acholi area, so I can say certain Acholi words easier than Lango. But when they're just conversing among themselves, I get Lango more. Why do we share some words with Dinka and Nuer, and yet they are not words? Leads mottos. It's called word borrowing. Eh? We do that with all our neighbors. In Kenya, the key words like Nyasaye was borrowed from the Bantu, from Luya and Kisi, Abaluya and Abagusi. And of course, you know, if you know of Uganda, you know that Rubanga or Lubanga, whatever version you use, was borrowed from the Baganda. Eh? The original name for God is Jok in all Luo tribes, all of them. Or Juok, that name that you call evil today, that Juok that you say is evil is actually the name for God. Nyasai is a Bantu word. To pay. Anpeniang, ayenyo. Anpeniang. Say something about your padola. Oh, what do you want to know about your padola? Tingirimal. Oh, does that mean this is called Shiri in Low Ethiopia? I didn't know. Because Mal is Malu up. So, Gamit, you say something about your padola. I don't know what you want to know about your padola, but I can give you an overview of the padola. In a nutshell, I'll try to keep it short, right? First of all is the name, Padola. Japadola, it should be Jopadola. Jo is the people, like Jo Luo, Jo Kenya, Jo Uganda. Padola is the home of Adola. Among the Luo of Kenya, we use K, and that's the K in my name, by the way. Huh? If you see that KP, that K represents the K for Ka. The Luo of Uganda use Pa. So Padola, Para, Parin, like that, okay? So the original name is Adola, which stems from the founder of the ancestors of Padola. His name was Adola. Adola is a nickname, but I will not tell you the real name because I want you to go to YouTube and watch the Padola documentary, right? So Adola is the ancestor of the Padola. He was walking up from northern Uganda, coming all the way down. The intention was to look for a good place, even if that meant coming all the way to Kenya and Tanzania, right? Then he reached Moro, and he was getting old, and his wife was pregnant. His wife is called, I forgot the name. Okay. Yeah, what? I'll remember it. When he reached there, is what Nyajuria. Nyajuria is the name of the wife. We reached there, he was old, Nyajuria was pregnant, and he also had a wound. And you know, in the Luo, all the Luo sub-tribes, be it Luo of Tanzania or Kenya or Uganda or DRC or Ethiopia or South Sudan, the word for wound is Adola. Okay? When you have a wound, you say Adola. So that's the name Adola. That's where it comes from. So he settled there to wait for his Adola to and also to relax a little bit and let Nyajuria give birth, because the river was so full. Now it's called River Nyajuria. It was so full and they were waiting for it. But story has it, they remained there to date. And his younger brother, who was a wing, who was a bit wild, as all young people, where they tend to be rebellious, you know. If you tell them, give your child name as Ochieng Otieno, they feel, no, that's so old. We want them to be Bruno Collins, yeah? So young people are rebellious. So when Mr. say, listen, bro, you remain there with your old wife and your wounds, I will proceed. And that's the Joko win. I hope that answers you, Gamit, about Padola. How are you doing, Jaluo? I'm good, Madam Sukun. How are you? Can you help me tap the screen and share the live? And if you hear a place where people ask about the Luo, then tell them that the bridge between them and Luo knowledge is KP Jaluo Abroad. Are we together? Adola is a wound or Kidonda. Perfect. That's where he got his name. And so people belong to his home or under his family were called Padola, because his home is Padola, just like you say Kogot or Ada. And then the people of that home become Jo Kogot, and now we have Jo Padola. Maboko Likolo and Kenya currently. I don't understand. Thank you. Okay. Mankidonda Swahili. Okay, perfect. All right, I think that's all for today. Is there anyone who has a question? Remember, tomorrow I will be here to discuss about the Lango. So if you have curiosity about the Lango, if you have questions about the Lango, remember KP Jaluo Abroad has it all. And tomorrow is the day. And the platform is here. Remember, if you have questions and you're on YouTube, you can just write it and I will be able to answer it. But anyway, nice to see you there. I'm requesting for following and supporting my work. What's your work, Mirakuman? I think the people here can follow if you have something interesting. Okay, good night, Ayenyo Gladi. Anamito, Amita Nyira Adek. You can't sleep without giving me a Nyira Adek. And Achel from Lango. I'm a constructor in fitness. Okay, cool. I will check your profile after this. Is there a video you have done explaining dance styles? Dickens Bampek. Yes, I have, but not about the Luo of Kenya. I've done about the dance styles among the Kumam and also among the Acholi. So if you watch the Kumam documentary, you will see Miel Bangi, Miel Bul. The rest now escapes my mind, but they're all there. And when it comes to dances and music, this is the point that really defines, of course, apart from the language and names, the music and dances of Kumam. Some are very much Luo, because Luo and music is 5 and 6. Nin maber jadhako. Ah, you love Kenya. Amito dhaka ngwen. That's only for Acholi. I think only the Luo of Uganda can understand that. Okay. Thank you so much. I think I will call it a night. But remember, tomorrow we will be talking about the Lango. So if you have questions, yes, Dickens, you can check. Okay, Tintin. So if you have curiosity about, no pro. It's okay, Tintin. Miauru katangwen moko kagine amado manyasita dhigo mbele. Forget I've booked him for Eliana Vesti. Okay. I will not get into that. I'll let you battle it out. So yes, if you have questions about the Lango, if curiosity about the Lango, or just general quest for knowledge about the Lango, remember I'll be here tomorrow. But also remember that I have done full Lango documentary. I think it's around 40 minutes, talking about Lango migration, the economic activities, the leadership structure, and of course, in doing all this, I must interview the king. So you'll see my interview with Wonyachi. Who else? Yes, of course, I interviewed the cultural elders, because I needed to ascertain are Lango Luo or not. So if you go to my YouTube channel, Jaluo Abroad, and watch the Lango documentary, you'll find all that. But my biggest, Nyamola Fosca, hello, how are you? You are very royal. You are connected to things. Thank you. I'm lucky that the Luo of different countries, different regions are very nice to me. So if I ask to see the king, it's usually much easier for me to do that, for purposes of course, getting the information about the Luo. I'm good as well. Yeah, so I wanted to tell you something before we call it a night. Something that is of biggest interest. So if you come to my live often, then you already know. My biggest interest is in Ajuoga. Well, that sounds evil, right? I'll give it a beautiful name, spirituality, Luo spirituality. I will not call it religion, because we do not have a religion. We had spirituality, okay? The God lived in us, and we have answers. So we do not connect to the Almighty through Jesus, and definitely not through Muhammad, okay? So if you really want to know how I feel, and if you want to understand why I say that Ajuoga is not evil, then please go to Alur Voice of West Nile. It's a documentary on my channel. Episode 2, episode Marario. Watch about Ajuoga when he does the gagi, when he commands the chicken to stay down for 5 minutes. And you will see that yes, we had a way of connecting to our gods without necessarily going through Jesus or Muhammad. If you believe in Jesus, that's fine. But I, KP Jaluo Abroad, with the powers given to me by Ruoth Achana of Atol, Ruoth Ubimo Larker, Philip of the Alur, Kwaradola of the Adola, Kero Dungiranda of Luo of Kenya, Wonyachi of Lango, I would like to say that I believe in Luo spirituality. It's much closer to me than any other religion. What's the difference between Ajoga, Jandagla, and Jayath? Miracle Man, that's a tough question. Think of Ajoga as as a messenger. Okay? Think of Ajoga as a messenger, similar to how you look at your priest. So basically, you're asking me, for example, the difference between a priest and a chemist or a doctor. You get it? So Ajoga would be more like a messenger. The connection between the life of the living and the spiritual world. So the man we went to when we needed to, why are we having drought? Then he'll do something and say, listen, this is what the ancestors want. Jayath and Jandagla sounds much evil. Those who team up to commit evil. Jayath, can someone help me explain Jayath? Jayath is just a medicine man. African stoic. Jajuok is the witch. Jajuok can be the pity one. Some of these words are not available in English, right? Like pity, because the English people never heard this, so they don't have a word for it. I hope you know what pity is. I don't know how to translate it. Can someone help me translate? So Jajuok can be the two types of them. These ones that look at you and then this food become poisonous. And these ones that run around the village naked at night. Those are Jajuok. Ajoga does not do that. Ajoga only operates within his shrine. So if you need the intervention of Ajoga, he will tell you to come to the shrine. Just like your pastor tells you to go to church and your sheikh tells you to go to the mosque. And Nyawawa, Dickens, are you asking this in good faith? Nyawawa is not a person. Nyawawa is the spirits. Now, I think in most Luo groups, most Luo tribes, we don't believe that when we die, we go to heaven. Okay? We live somewhere watching the living. So somehow, at some point, these spirits of the people who have died tend to have walk around the village. Okay? To see their homes, they talk. You can hear them. You can hear people walking, people talking. They could be mentioning real things like, oh, this is the home of Dickens. Yes. Oh, he has 3 wives now. Yes. He likes Nyirimangen. Yes. So they just walk along the road. But we didn't allow them to come into the homes because you don't want the people from the spiritual world to mix with the people from the real world. So we have to beat some teams, tech, and that kind of signals them that, okay, this person means no harm, we just need to walk around and go. That's Nyawawa. I've already discussed Jajuok. Ajoka is the Lango way of saying Ajoga. Stoic Jayo. Okay, Night Runner. But I'm not sure if someone from England will understand Night Runner because this concept is purely African. I think Nyawawa is Genie. Yeah, something like that. Something like that. But Genie is very much Arabic. The word Genie is similar to what we call Nyawawa. So if you talk to the Arabs, if you have Arab friends, you can ask them. They'll talk about the genie in the same way we talk about Nyawawa. The only difference is that they believe the genie is somewhere in the ocean. Not ghost, spirit, dead person. Nyawawa is technically something like that, but we don't view it as evil. It's just, okay, our people died, so they come around and see around. Is it the same with Nigeria? Also, they call it, I forgot. Okay, whatever thing it is. Possibly different African tribes have the same thought under different names. Peter Ejuru. That name sounds very Kumam. Kumam Nyai. Why do we chase them away in case of Nyawawa? Because we don't want the spirits of people from the spiritual world to mix with the real world. Yes, so we have to, we don't chase them away, do we? Chasing sounds like they came into your home and now you're kicking them out. Somehow we all believe that if you keep knocking those things, then you are like part of them, so they will just pass. They will not come in. So yes, we don't intend for them to mix, but it is okay for them to walk around the roads that they knew before, the path, and see the village that they lived in before. I think that's fair enough. They are already departed souls. Correct, correct, correct. Ayenyo Gladi, how do you call them in Lebacholi? There is a word in Lebacholi. I think the day I had the guests coming in, they mentioned something. How do you call Nyawawa in Lebacholi? I forgot, but there's a word. Never mind. Okay, I think I answered all the questions. Is there any question left, either from YouTube or from TikTok? Before I call it a night, and then we can meet tomorrow. Remember, in preparation for tomorrow, you can watch the Lango documentary. Probably, what does it mean? Probably roughly Tibo. Okay, so now we have two different names. Ayenyo, you say Tibo, and Mirakuman, you say Awawa. One of you is lying. We need to figure out who is lying. Nyawawa is just the spirit of your relatives who died. Not just your relatives, the people in that society who died, that village, and now their spirit will come out once in a while to walk around. Okay, yes, Miracle, you say, why are Nyawawa such good music? I have no answer to that. I've never been a Nyawawa. One day when I become a Nyawawa, I'll give you an answer. Elena Besti, you said, what does it mean? Does that mean what's Nyawawa? What it means? It means the spirits of our people who have departed. The people who are departed and now they move around and see around, and you hear them talk, you hear the footsteps, so you can feel that there's a crowd walking along the road, but you can't see them. So that's what it is. I think that's enough description. If you still don't understand, then possibly it does not occur among the Lango. Yes, but Mirakuman and Gladys, somehow we call it chain. Chain? Okay. Chain is behind, right? Mirakuman and Gladys, somehow it's confusing. Gladys said Tibo, and Mirakuman said Awawa. Which is which? Is there any other Lango who can verify what Eliana Bestija said? If you call it chain. But in all honesty, I feel like some of these things, they occur depending on the belief. So if the belief of the people shift away from them entirely, then it becomes much rare. For example, now it's very rare to hear them around. It used to be a bit common in the past. So I believe now people are shifting more towards God the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. And so they feel like they're not as welcomed. Chain may mean Jachien. Oh, okay. Chain are bad spirits according to us. Oh. Chain is Jachien. We call it Jachien. Miracle Man, thanks for translating for me. I know you're Racholi, but you can translate Luo Kenya quite well. So definitely it's not chain, it's not Jachien. Nyawawa are not Jachien. We don't feel threatened by them. We just don't want them to come into the home. But that doesn't mean they're Satan. Oh, Miracle Man, you Kenyan. Okay, perfect, perfect, perfect. So then I will go with what Ayenyo Gladi said, that it is Tibo, possibly. Hello, Miss Kede. You joined late, but tomorrow is another day. Is there any last question? I'll just count 1 up to 10. If there's no question, then I will end this live. Achiel, Ario, Adik, Angwen, Abich, Auchel, Abirio, Aboro, Ochikapar. Okay, thank you so much. My name is KP Jaluo Abroad, Luo Ambassador, Eastern Central Africa. The only existing Luo the only existing Luo documentarian, yeah? There has never been one before me. I hope there will be no one after me. But above all, remember, I'm the bridge between you and Luo knowledge, right? So if you have any information, if you have any curiosity about the Luo, remember, go to my YouTube channel, KP Jaluo Abroad. Tell a friend to tell a friend that KP Jaluo Abroad said to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much. I'll be, things have arrived. I'm safe. Okay, perfect. I'm ending this live in the next 3 seconds. Achel, Ario, Adek. Thank you so much. And bye-bye. We'll meet tomorrow. And now the people watching from YouTube, thank you so much. I adore you, by the way. I just finished the live on TikTok, so it's just you and I talking straight away. Remember, my name is KP Jaluo Abroad. You already know me. But thanks so much for watching, and I hope you can share my YouTube channel with your friends. And tomorrow when I'll be discussing the Lango, remember to be here. Thank you so much, and I'll be ending this live in the next 3 seconds. Achel, Ario,